Welcome to another edition of Beans and Business. This morning we have Janet Knauff with us. Janet, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. We've got our favorite coffee from Palette Coffee Company right down the street here in downtown Sanford. Janet, you're the executive director of the DeLand Chamber of Commerce and president-elect for the Volusia County, is it just Volusia County Alliance?
Volusia County Chamber Alliance.
Volusia County Chamber Alliance. So tell me a little bit about what got you started with the DeLand Chamber and what's leading you into all this other community involvement.
Well, actually, DeLand Chamber is the third chamber that I've worked for. Previously, I worked for two chambers in Lake County, and then I came over to DeLand, which was pretty much like coming home because I had grown up in Astor, lived on the Lake County side of the river, so therefore my career kind of started in Lake County. But when I came back to DeLand, the chamber was looking for ambassadors, and I knew a lot about chamber, and I knew that ambassador program was definitely going to help me grow my business, so I became an ambassador for the chamber. And I was an ambassador for about a year, and then they had a membership drive, which I won. So I think that led to me being offered the membership and marketing director position.
Okay.
And then really it was just days before the stay-at-home order of 2020
Right.
that I was given a promotion and a pandemic to go with it to executive
Right.
director.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We remember that. So, Florida native?
I've lived in Florida since I was 6.
Okay, you're a native.
Yeah, so I consider myself a Florida girl.
Right, right. So we were talking earlier, we have a lot of very similar interests.
We do.
As a company and personally, very involved in the community here. Tell me about some other initiatives that you're involved with that are close to your heart.
Well, definitely, there are so many things going on in West Volusia, I mean, to be a part of, and just some incredible people and incredible things happening. The Chamber has 2 initiatives. We have a Women Empowered initiative that was started in 2018 that's a partnership with Stetson University. We really just really highlight women leaders in the area, and we feel very passionate about that because we have a rich history there of great leadership. And then we have our newest initiative, which was soft launch in April of 2020, and we are relaunching again this year, which is our West Volusia Wellness Initiative. And that's an initiative, it's a partnership with West Volusia Tourism.
Okay.
And it's all 8 dimensions of wellness. We've created the WIN Network, which is the Wellness Initiative Network. And we have now over 160 providers throughout West Volusia in all 8 dimensions: financial, physical, emotional, all types of things for wellness.
Wow.
So those are really close to my heart. But also I serve as an ex officio on the Main Street DeLand Association Board.
Okay.
And, of course, downtown, the rich history of downtown DeLand. So that's something I'm definitely behind and a part of. And just all the great things that are going on there. Every day we find something new that we can contribute to.
It's interesting because I've been here in Seminole County for 44 years. So again, the majority of my life, similar to you. And I've watched DeLand sort of go through these cycles. And now, if you look at it, a lot of people don't really consider DeLand pro-business because it's not like you have these massive business buildings there and commercial buildings. But what they don't realize, it's so vibrant from a community standpoint, number one, but it really does have some growing businesses, certainly on the small side, but even some medium businesses. Tell me how the chamber works with those businesses and what kind of plans you have there.
Absolutely. Well, we actually have had some very large businesses that have recently been coming in. Cookies, which you may be familiar with, is the medical marijuana.
Yes.
They have come in, and as soon as they are complete with the facility that's there, they'll be the largest in the state of Florida. And once they complete their build out, they'll be the largest in the nation. So
Wow.
that's a very big part of that. I was lucky to get an on-site tour of
Nice.
that prior to some of the construction work. And Alcom, which is a trucking transport. And so we have some larger businesses that are really finding that DeLand is the place to be. And so what we try to do is, at really the chamber, is we follow kind of the core piece of what we do, which is connections, opportunities, resources, and empowerment. And we are there to connect the small business with the large business. Everyone works together. I mean, it all creates that economic vitality that we're looking for. And with the businesses in West Volusia right now, I mean, with the growth that's happening residentially and bringing all the new businesses that are coming in, we have ribbon cuttings sometimes once a week. So
Yeah. Um, Tell me a little bit about some of the events that you have coming up, so that everybody's aware. It's interesting, Sanford has an event, it seems like every weekend, but DeLand has quite a bit of them too, and it's a great place to go on the weekend or for whatever. It's just so beautiful out there.
it absolutely is, and I will say I tell people this all the time. If you can't find something to do in West Volusia, you're just not looking.
So true.
And anytime we go to schedule an event, I'm always asked, well, is this a good day because this is going on or that's going on? And I say,
Right.
well, you're hard pressed to find a day where there isn't something happening. But our next few events that are coming up, we have the Chamber Alliance Mega Mixer. And we weren't able to hold that the last 2 years, but we're coming back this year. This is the 7 chambers in Volusia County. So this is an expo, kind of a mixer expo, and it will be held at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona.
Okay.
We usually get about 500 people who come through the expo in the evening. All the vendors are members of one of the 7 chambers. So that's coming up on June 9th, and that will be an evening event. And then for us, we have a little bit of downtime this summer, just planning for 2023. But our next event will be August 9th, which is going to be our political hobnob to come out
Okay.
and meet the candidates. We're holding it at the Agricultural Center at the Volusia County Fairgrounds on August 9th from 4 to 7.
It's interesting, when you talk about the political hobnobs, because one of the things that seems to be really prevalent right now is kind of the divisiveness in that political arena.
Yes.
But I know one of the things when you look at DeLand, it just seems to be swept to the side in a community like DeLand. I mean, people just seem to get along and they all have the same goal and intent. While their belief in the political system may be a little different,
Sure.
you just don't feel that divisiveness there.
You really don't, and we are very fortunate. We all work together, all the organizations work together, the businesses, and our chamber is nonpartisan. So we don't see our role as taking a side on issues, but we are all about educating and informing so that the voter can make their own decision. And that's something that again we cross party lines. If your campaign wants to join the chamber, we're going to support you in the sense that we would support any member.
Sure.
But we're never going to take a stand on that. But it really creates an equal playing field, and everybody comes out and really gets supported. And this year in particular, you'll probably find it interesting to know that we're looking for a new mayor. DeLand will be holding that election, and Mayor Apgar has been mayor for I think 21 years.
Yes.
And we are really sad to see him go. But as he told me yesterday, I was in his office talking to him, and I said, what am I going to do without your wise counsel, And he said, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. You can call me up, and we can talk. So it'll be a change for us. He has been a huge supporter of the business community. We've been very blessed to have him, really on our team. And we're looking forward to the next mayor, following some big some big shoes to fill, really.
Those are big shoes to fill. I mean, he has certainly made his mark on DeLand, and has just been really kind of a leader of the people, and has done such a good job. He's so well respected. It's been fun to watch him lead DeLand through a lot here
Yes.
recently. So tell me a little bit about the Leadership Volusia program.
The Leadership West Volusia program was actually started, was a chamber program, a partnership with Stetson University. We just had the 36th class graduation the other night. It was actually the 37th year, but we weren't able to hold a class we started the 2020 class and they didn't graduate till 2021. So we sort of skipped over 2021 class. or 2020 class, excuse me.
Right.
But really that program has just been incredible. It started out as Leadership DeLand.
Okay.
And then as the chamber, of course, we've been there 132 years as a chamber of commerce. So
Right.
we serve all of West Volusia, not just DeLand.
Right.
We are fortunate to be in the county seat, but we have 3 satellite offices as well. In West Volusia. But that program really gives you a well-rounded picture of what's going on in the community, the industries, the fern industry, some of the things that people don't even think about. We have an influx of new people coming into West Volusia all the time, so it's wonderful for them to learn more about what really drives the economy, what's going on behind the scenes, and to just help those leaders, really kind of polish their skills and hone in more to what is critical in West Volusia and how they can make an impact and a difference. So we love that program, and we'll be looking for new people to come and register for that starting in, I believe we usually put that up around August, September for registration for next year.
I think that's great. I'm such a big believer in those types of programs. One of the things I always say if people are complaining about something, it's just get involved.
Yes.
That's how you make a difference. If you truly are upset about something or you truly see an area that needs some improvement, just get involved. And there's so many ways to do that. And really, one of the best places to start is your Chamber of Commerce. There's so much information there. If that's not the place for you, they'll direct you to where to go.
Absolutely. And that is, that's really what we try to do. Just connect people. They need resources. They need to know where to go. And that is every Monday morning we hold a networking group called Office Octane. The fuel you need to jumpstart your week, coffee and connections. So we meet at the Drika Theater in downtown DeLand. We have around 50 or upwards of 70 people attending on any given Monday. We have guest speakers. We have interactive roundtable topic discussions. But that is the place to come if you want to find out more about the community, you want to meet people, you're really just trying to find your way of what you need to do with your business next. More connections have been made at Office Octane than probably just about any other networking event we have.
That's great. Now, before we end this, there's quite a legacy that belongs to the DeLand Chamber. You want to tell me about that?
Yes, well, we, like I said, have been a chamber for 132 years, so since 1890. We have been serving the West Volusia community, and sometimes there's a misconception that we're just the DeLand Chamber.
Right.
But you have to remember we were the Chamber of DeLand before some of these cities were even incorporated. So that's that's important to remember. We have grown. We changed the name along the way somewhere to DeLand area because we wanted to give that regional picture, which is really who we are. We have about 540 members, business members at this time, and we have, I guess it was in 2020, we celebrated our 130th.
Wow.
And we recognized all of our legacy members, which we had over 100 that had been with us 25 years or more.
Really?
And many that had been with us 50 years. So it was really an exciting time, and you just a great foundation, and just we're second to none when it comes to the relationships that we've built. Well over a century of building these and maintaining these. So we look forward to using that to be able to help businesses grow and sustain themselves. That's really our goal.
And am I right that you're one of the first members of the Florida Chamber of Commerce?
We were the first member.
The first.
Yes, the
That's
very
pretty
first.
impressive.
It is. And in fact, when we celebrated our 130th, Mark Wilson, who's the president of the Florida Chamber, he came and was our keynote speaker for that. So yes, we have a lot of firsts in DeLand in particular, and that we're very proud of our legacy there, and just looking forward to the next 132. So I may not be there then, but I feel humbled and very honored to take just my small piece in the history of the DeLand Area Chamber of Commerce.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Janet, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great hearing about everything you're involved in. And as always, we're proud to be part of that chamber and involved in Volusia County with you. So thank you.
Thank you.